Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the Beyond Bitcoin Show. Today is September the 1st, 2018. Strong hand. Long-term thinking, unconfiscatable. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Personal responsibility is new. Counterculture, deferral of gratification. Check out the link section below, disruptmeister.com. Everything I talk about in this video is linked to below. Yesterday was great. This week in Bitcoin, we went crazy. It got PG-13 there for a second. Check it out. I hope everyone's having a great Labor Day weekend if you're in the United States or wherever you're celebrating it. Don't get too distracted. All right. Stay, keep your strong hand. Don't panic if, you see weird price changes because it's a holiday. I want to start out with something I read on the marketticker.org, which can be about a lot of subjects. Now, remember, today, we just don't talk about Bitcoin. This show is the Beyond Bitcoin show, more than cryptocurrency. So we're going to talk about SRIs, which are drugs that people take when they're feeling quite mentally unstable. And it's supposed to make you normal in the head again. Well, the Market Ticker has an article that reminds us, we had this shooting down in Jacksonville. I guess it was last Sunday now, or Saturday, I forgot. And the guy was actually from Baltimore, who shot everyone up. He was a gamer, and he may have been on these SRIs. And so in the end of the day, you gotta, little pills don't magically solve everything, okay? If you're feeling down, I'm sure there can be some good results, but there are side effects to everything. And apparently men of a certain age group, it's out there, the studies are out there, they can be affected in a way, taking these drugs that make them go completely bonkers and start killing people. And so everything we do, there are consequences. We need to remember that. Drugs are a very, very serious matter. Very serious matter. Again, people blame guns. They use this as a gun, something to take on the Second Amendment. While it's a little bit deeper than that, okay? We've got an epidemic of young men and young women being prescribed drugs so young. And again, I understand some people do have serious mental issues, but you cannot blindly follow what your doctor tells you to do. So many doctors out there are nincompoops these days, really. They are just in it. It's like a conveyor belt. You're on a conveyor belt. You're going in and they just give you some pills. They want you to get out of there as quick as possible. They make some money off of the pills because a salesman sold them to them. There are few doctors out there anymore who really care about getting people healthy again. They're into getting more and more people in there so they can get their nice cars or whatever. And you got to consider that. Again, it does boil down to personal responsibility. If you're a parent, again, you're in charge of a minor, then that minor is your personal responsibility. And you've got to think about this really serious. If you have a son, especially, because these studies with the SRIs, it doesn't end pretty. I mean, it does not end well. So try to get to the root of the problems. Try to have a two-parent household, maybe, and raise your child. If your child's being bullied at school, take them out of the school. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with children. And in the end of the day, if you're just going to be like, I'll just hand them over to the doctors and the drugs, we have problems for reasons in this country. There are consequences to drugs. There are consequences to everything. There are consequences to not using condoms and to sleeping around. So don't blindly follow your doctor. Do not be a blind follower. And I heard this somewhere. Where was it? I was on Stefan Molyneux today. People who think they need authority don't know where they are going. Most people are lost. And that is the thing. Most people today are seeking some sort of authority. They want someone to tell them what to do, how to get better. And you got to take personal responsibility here. And that's one of the cool things about Bitcoin. Once you get into Bitcoin, you're your own bank. You can't go around blaming banks, blaming this, but scapegoating. I mean, again, personal responsibility is new counterculture. People are in This is the day and age of scapegoating. Everybody's blaming someone else for their problems. Oh, it was the guns that did this. It was this that did. You know, you got to get to the root of the problem, and you make the decision. You put your kid on the drugs, then yeah, it's your fault. You didn't make something of yourself. It's your fault. It's not the man's fault. And we're going to get into populism in a second. So again, people who think they need authority don't know where they are going. Most people are lost. So yeah, most people don't know. If you know where you're going, have a plan for yourself. You're not going to need authority. You are your own authority. Some things to change in life. All right, pound that freaking like button, people. Here's a reminder from Whale Panda. Remember, kids, yelling at someone like a psycho is not the same as debating. That's something important to remember in this day and age. Most people don't remember that. It's just about shouting people down. And then you've won the debate if you screamed louder than the other person and scared them away, made them run away, and you're swinging your bat at them. That's not debating. That's not debating. And we need to get back to more of a civilized. Again, if you opt out of that world, which you can easily do with Bitcoin, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You don't have to worry about that kind of thing anymore. Just a tip. All right, Clay Travis was on the Ben Shapiro show. He's a sports guy. And he brought up something that he's encountered. And this goes with what I just said. There are people out there that say, I disagree with you because. Okay, that's a debate. They say, well, I disagree with you because, and they list some reasons, X, Y, Z. But then what we're getting most of today is, I disagree with you and your opinions are not acceptable. And I linked to these videos below, by the way. Yes, if you are in the mainstream world, we're getting to a point where some opinions are not acceptable. You can be totally shut out and you can get fired from your job for certain opinions. That's why you get into the Bitcoin overlay world. You opt out of that world. You get into Bitcoin. You don't care. You can say whatever you want to say. You work for yourself. You're independent. You control your own wealth. A bank isn't going to shut you down. PayPal isn't going to say, no, you can't send money to this person. Or your job isn't going to fire you. All right. So let's move on to a tweet I saw by Vibe High. I think this is someone that's famous on there. And they said, poor people stay in the lower class because they can't imagine a result that is not instantaneously gratifying. Yeah, poor people like instant gratification. If you're poor, try to get some long-term thinking and deferral of gratification into your life. I'm sure you can get some of it into your life. If you're in between somewhere, stop going for those instantly gratifying things, people. Don't gamble. Don't do drugs. Take long-term thinking, Bitcoin. Have a long-term plan for yourself because then you're your own boss. You're not going to be lost. You're not going to have to rely on authority at all. You want to get out of the world where you are dependent on authority. Okay, where you're dependent on someone else. You want to be 100% dependent on yourself, and that is the Bitcoin world. But it takes personal responsibility. So yeah, and deferral of gratification. So freaking pound that like button. Again, check out This Week in Bitcoin. That was yesterday. Get your Trezor, link to below. Get your T-shirts, link to below. And I'm TechBalt, TechBalt on Twitter, Bitcoin Meister on Steemit. Okay, we're getting to the title of this soon. Don't worry, people. Thinking Ape, Stardusk. He's a MGTOW dude out there. I know Vention MGTOW is watching this live right now. He brought up in a video that I linked to below. He didn't put it this way, but I'll put it this way. 80%ers care about appearance over results. Results are messy and complex with winners and losers. With appearances, everyone wins. You can get a situation where everyone got into college. Oh, isn't it great? Every single color of the rainbow, every single IQ is in college. Everyone wins. But what are the results of that? The results are quite messy. You're going to have people failing out. You're going to have people fighting because you took my place. You did this, the other. Again, appearances. It's a happy appearance. No one cares about the results after you set up your appearance type of world where everyone wins. Because in the end of the day, you can 80%ers are happy with the appeal. Oh, look at that. Everyone lives in peace and harmony when they're not really living in peace and harmony. It's the appearance. It's that appearance. What are the results of setting up these false appearances? And they can be devastating. Presidents and politicians are the ultimate appearance mongers. They want to make things appear to be better, or they are trying at least to make sure that the results will never come until after they leave office or after they're dead. Like some do. Anyway, so which special interest group can you paint a pretty picture for so they'll vote for you? Like, you know, oh yeah, I'm giving you affirmative action. Look at this appearance. You're all going to get these jobs. You know, in the long run, they're not going to say what's going to be. They're not going to be happy in the long run. But in the long run, the candidate, the person in office who's bankrupting everyone else to fund this, he'll be gone. So that's, I mean, the politicians are the ultimate appearance mongers. If you care about results, you are a 20%er, okay? That is what life is all about. It's about results. It's about not appearances. It's not about, you know, making it look like everything's good. It's about being happy, the real results. And whether you need to attain a lot of wealth to be happy, or a certain amount of free time, you know, get those results, because 20%ers, you're gonna do well in terms of happiness in life if you care about results. If you care about appearance, then you're gonna get stuck in this mainstream media world. So let's talk about an appearance that's making controversy. I mean, this is a total waste of time, what I'm about to say. There was this magazine that the large woman, the morbidly obese Tess Holliday, was on the cover of. Was it Cosmopolitan or something like that? This is a woman who is morbidly obese, and she has many tattoos over her whole body, and she's on the cover of a fashion magazine. So everyone's talking about it because it appears, oh, you're so accepting. You're so accepting of, you know, morbidly obese people. Look, they can be on covers too. Look at this. We're all equal. Oh, the appearance is so warm. I'm so happy because of this. Now, what are the results of being morbidly obese, though? Let's drill down to what you will die, and you will get diabetes, and you will suffer. And no, you will feel bad about. Most of the time, you will feel quite bad about yourself because you're ill. You're ill, and people are looking at you differently. And again, you know, we're getting to, you know, there's so many social justice warrior type of people, so many people just brainwashed into the appearance world that, yeah, a lot of people are like, yeah, morbidly obese. What's wrong with that? You know, that's totally cool. It's totally normal, totally acceptable. You know, it's becoming a very sick society. But again, you know, it is, you know, it is a warm feeling. Oh yeah, we can like morbidly obese people and treat them like superstars. Wow, isn't the world a great place? But again, it's better to, you know, try to cure a sick person, try to help a sick person, try to get a person healthy instead of encouraging this behavior and making it more mainstream, because those are the results. The consequences and the results are death, and it costs a lot to society. And it's sad in the long run. It is sad in the long run to have a heart attack when you're 32 and drop dead, and maybe you got a kid or something like that, just because you thought it was good to stuff your face and everything like that. You can lose weight. You can be healthy. This doesn't have to be glorified. But again, it appears great. It appears so, everyone loves everyone now. So, okay, here's the ultimate appearance situation that we're getting into now. And this is politics. I am not a political guy, but there's a lot of politics creeps into my life, and this is going to be important. And I'm going to tie into Bitcoin. I want to thank San Bluxon for the $10 as super chat. And he says, political correctness is over. Well, on this channel, it sure is over, isn't it? Because I work for myself. I'm in the Bitcoin overlay. I can say whatever I want to. No one can fire me. No one can do anything to stop me. That is true freedom of speech. You know, we talk about freedom of speech, and it is freedom of speech until your boss fires you because he heard you say someone tattletaled on you to HR or something ridiculous like that. Get into the Bitcoin overlay. There is no HR here, okay? There is no HR here. When you work for yourself, you truly control your own wealth. You're not in debt to anyone. But yes, political correctness is over in the world of Adam Meister and on this channel. But in the mainstream world, oh, no. Oh, no, it's not. In the world of appearances, it's getting stronger and stronger. So in the state of Texas right now, there's a race for Senate. And I guess the election is in November. It's between Senator Ted Cruz and I guess Congressman Beto O'Rourke. And Beto is a Democrat and Ted Cruz is a Republican. Now Texas is a Republican state, but basically in the recent let's just stick with the recent time frame. In the recent way Republicans and Democrats are defined, the state goes to the Republicans in the presidential election. If it did not, then the Democrats would win every time. If Texas went Democrat, the Democrats would win every time. So if you care about the team sports of it all. But I'm bringing up this Beto guy because he is the ultimate in appearance mongering here, and is the ultimate example of political correctness and what the media and the mainstream narrative are going to jump on. If this man, his name is Beto O'Rourke. Now he's from El Paso, which is a border town between, it's in Texas, obviously, but it's on the border with Mexico. And Beto is a Spanish nickname. It was something that a Mexican would call another Mexican, Beto. He's Irish. He's Irish. He is not Hispanic, 0% Hispanic, 0% Hispanic. But he has placed himself in a way that he is an outsider, Hispanic. He's not even Hispanic, taking on the man, taking on Ted Cruz. And the media is getting behind this. Because he is the fake Hispanic Justin Trudeau, combined with some sort of outsider Obama 2.0 type of thing, okay? This is the vibe he is giving out to the media, and people are jumping on this, and people are being convinced by this thing. He's a good-looking man, so it appeals. Now, again, he has it just shows you how far we've come in the last 30 years or whatever. We have an adulterer in the White House right now. In the old days, that was not acceptable at all. You could not have had an affair. This man, you could not have done drugs or anything if it came out. This man has a DWI, a very controversial DWI. I mean, he was drunk as a skunk, apparently. But no, I mean, this kind of leads to his credentials with the women. He's a bad boy. He's Justin Trudeau, man. He really is. So again, I'm giving you this background about this Beto guy, okay? Because it just shows you so if he wins, if he beats Ted Cruz, he's going to become president of the United States, this man. I have little doubt that he will, because the Democrats right now have a bunch of ugly old people or just psychopaths that they have out there. This guy is the ultimate anti-Trump. Trump doesn't like the Mexicans, they say. This guy is a Mexican, even though he's not. He lives on the border with Mexico. I mean, it is the ultimate in appearance. That he is a beautiful, this young, strong. They could say he looks like Kennedy or something like that. I mean, again, I'm no expert in what women think is hot or whatever per se, but you can tell. He's got the Justin Trudeau type of thing going here. So appearance-wise, everyone's going to be like, and then there'll be some people who voted for Trump last time that'll be like, well, he's a white guy, so yeah, that's he's really, I don't care, he's pretending to be Hispanic, he's white. So some of the people in Wisconsin, this is their dream. This is the media's dream. I'm not going to say even the Democrats' dream, the media's dream. So the first step, if he beats Ted Cruz, which people thought was totally impossible, weeks ago, if he becomes a senator, he will run for president in 2020. He will beat Donald Trump. So again, but I'm bringing this all up because the appearance of a fit. He's not even Hispanic, but they're going to make him like he's Hispanic. He looks a certain way. He's an outsider. Just like they'll compare it to Obama's narrative, how Obama came out of nowhere to become a senator, and then they become president, and they'll say Beto is the same way, and Beto's a minority just like him, even though he's not a minority. He's white, but they'll say he's Hispanic. And again, the people of Mexican background, they just like that. Beto, I'm voting for. I mean, they don't even care. That makes them feel warm because it's an appearance. It shows you that what the voting class is all about, and that you need to opt out of this voting class and see how silly this voting stuff even is. Look how ridiculous it has become at this point. That and it's again appearing. And what are going to be the consequences of electing a guy like Beto president of the United States? Okay, what are the consequences of that? Well, if you are someone who is remotely involved with the state at all, if you're a producer, you're going to get, your taxes are going to go up. All this, you're not going to be as productive anymore, okay? Because of this, unless you're a long-term thinker, which most likely you are, and you can see this coming. People if he becomes president of the United States in 2020 and you're not ready, you have no one to blame but yourself. You're watching this video right now in 2018. Get your Bitcoin now. Get out of this joke. Make sure you don't have to rely on these brainless voters, you know, in this tyranny with a, you know, a suit on or whatever, mob rule with a suit on. That's what this is. I mean, you don't want to be a part of this at all. That's why I'm bringing this up, that look how far appearances can go, and how little people care about the consequences and about the results. You got to care about the results. You got to think ahead. You got to plan ahead. Get into the Bitcoin right now. It's personal responsibility versus this feeling of happiness based on appearance. Oh, look, we elected this Hispanic man who's from El Paso, he's going to let all the children in, and it'll be so good for the children. And that mean old witch Trump will be gone. And again, you're getting caught up in all these appearance games. But it will be very awesome soon. You're going to see how easily manipulated 80%ers are. If he beats Ted Cruz, you're going to soon see how easily 80%ers are by the media, by the mindless narratives out there on the internet, repeated over and over and over again. You're going to see it, and then you're going to see why that it's just, you got to use your head. You got to make your own decisions. That, you know, the mindless narrative is, get into stocks, put your money in the bank, get a job, get 2 kids, get a white picket fence, pay your taxes. That is, you know, listen to your leader. You know, the government will take care of you. That's what you've been manipulated. That is the mass appearance line right now. Everything will be fine. It looks so beautiful. Aren't all those people beautiful? They're having a happy life. They have a nice car. They're in debt. But no, again, in the media and the narrative and all the players in it. It's not just I'm not trying to. Again, once people get caught up in this narrative, the players in the narrative, the people who think they're going to benefit because, you know, someone's going to bring them more welfare, someone's going to get them more freebies, that puts pressure on the other people who don't exactly believe it. Don't fall for it. Do not become an 80%er. Take personal responsibility. Now is the time if you can see how appearances are taking over, how big this appearance lifestyle is getting, this appearance world is getting, but how bad the results really are, just get your Bitcoin now. You prepare right now any way you think is necessary so you don't have to care about the 2020 election at all. You shouldn't have to care about it at all. Like I won't care about it. If Beto becomes president, it won't make a difference for me. I still have all my Bitcoin. If somehow they start rounding up Bitcoin people, I'll just go to another country. I have that ability. I work for myself. I'm not dependent on any of these the mechanisms to fit in, to appear like I'm part of the machine and everything. Everybody wants to be a part of it. Everyone wants to appear like they're happy, and they give up things to appear that way. All right, so I think I've elaborated on what I think is going to happen there. Again, yeah, so you save yourself some time now, so you won't have to worry about in the future. Prepare for the year 2020 to 2028. You don't want to be sitting there during his 8-year term saying, oh, and again, if he doesn't beat Ted Cruz, this is going to happen. But at the same time, always have long-term thinking here, okay, people? Always have long-term thinking. I'm just telling you, I was tying this into the whole appearances thing and how, I think you get it, how foolish the mindless voter class, the 80%ers, care so much about appearance. And this will be the ultimate example. If this man gets to the position that I'm talking about here. So yeah, plan ahead. If you have a government job now, quit your government. Why do you even have a government job? And in the long run, during President O'Rourke's presidency from 2020 to 2028, you're not going to be happy. And that's so funny. It'll be from 2020 to 2028, the 2024 halving and the 2028 halving. So it's a subliminal reminder there to get into Bitcoin now, so you don't have to worry about these sociopaths of the future. Let's talk about populism. Ben Shapiro brought up populism because it seems like there's a lot of movements, political movements out there, or even beyond political movements out there, organizing people that are populist movements. And he says that it's never your fault in populism. It's the institutions, it's the market's fault, it's some out group's fault. It's all about scapegoating. And I linked to the Ben Shapiro show below. Here's a definition. At its root, populism is a belief in power of regular people and in their right to have control over their government rather than a small group of political insiders and wealthy elite. Now, that sounds really good, but what it devolves into is we're the people versus the scapegoats. It's always finding a scapegoat. It's the people are kept down. Let's find a scapegoat and let's build up some momentum, a populist movement against those scapegoats, whether it be, the rich, the stockbrokers, the bankers, you can take this religious group, that religious group. Let's get revenge. Bitcoin is not about revenge. Bitcoin is about personal responsibility. Populism is about blaming someone else, scapegoating, not taking, sure, things are bad. Take personal responsibility. Don't find some outgroup, some scapegoat, and try to gather up a vicious mob. And that's how you get power. Bitcoin is a proactive improvement of oneself, okay? That's what Bitcoin is. You're improving you don't care about, oh, that person's richer than me, I want to get them back. No, you're just trying to improve yourself. Opting out of the blame game world, that's personal responsibility. Don't get caught up in these populist movements that are basically scapegoating movements and that are about blame. Again, improve your own life. Let all those other people worry about themselves, okay? Because if you get caught up in these populist movements, you just spend all your time blaming and putting some guy into power because he's pretty and you think he's going to solve all your problems. It's much easier for you to solve all your problems, trust me, or to attempt to solve most of your problems. Okay, pound that freaking like button. I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. I want to remind everyone out there on social media and in real life, I think when you're a YouTube personality or when even when you're just playing around on social media, there are people that are going to insult you and just attack you. And you need to remind yourself that the reason you are being attacked and you are being insulted is because you matter. They don't matter. I mean, they'd have their own channel. They would do their own thing if they mattered. But what they're doing is they're trying to be somewhat relevant by attacking something that matters and being nasty about it. You matter. It's not them being picked out. It's you being picked out. You're the one who matters. Remember that. So when someone is attacking you, remember it's you're the one that matters here. You never bother with them. You don't know who the heck they are. So again, a lot of people out there on social media, they're, I'm getting attacked, I'm getting this. I'll just stay quiet. I'm not gonna put my opinion out there anymore. No, don't let those nitpickers silence you. Don't let nitpickers silence you. You matter. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the notes section below. I'll see you later. Bye.